Hey guys, and welcome to the Mysteries of Selindor, episode number 43. We haven't played in a little while. It's been a hot second. I think I saw it was like 21 days. It's 3 weeks. That's
Been a
nuts.
while.
And that's since we've done any D&D. We haven't played either campaign in 21 days. That's the longest I've gone without D&D in several years.
It was rough.
Yeah, it's been rough, but we're gonna try to get back into it, have a little bit of fun. Picking up where we left off, you have finally brought our good friend Oren back into the team from what seems like not so harrowing a situation as you thought it was going to be. You expected to find him. What? You lost
I
your
knocked
ear.
my ear off.
You expected to find him bloody, battered, messed up, and you did. However, he seemed like he could pretty much get up and leave at any time. It was not so hard to retrieve him. The cost of which you find yourselves paying for now, as you have a year-long contract to stay at the school for the High Realm Academy. Meanwhile, everybody else seems to have found a little bit of a home away from home in their new schools that they have enrolled in. Um, we have Grim, who is with the Feywild Teachings, with its many different clubs, which he has yet to fully explore, but has gotten a taste of. He is currently, I believe, still expecting some mushrooms to arrive
Yes,
that have been promised him,
need
but
them.
there has been no word yet. Um, Oren, having taken the time we sort of brushed over it, found himself with multiple offers on the table. What did you end up taking?
I haven't picked one yet.
You haven't picked one yet, so that's where we
No.
were.
Yeah.
Cool. Um, Whereas Bratzi has found herself becoming sort of a caretaker at a menagerie of animals, currently just working in the stables, but the stables themselves are more like zoo grounds. Uh, and then, of course, we have Seti and Mitnir, who are just currently not pleased with their. No, I mean, I don't know if you guys are pleased or displeased, but maybe not quite as thinking it was as much worth it as before, having joined
Was
this.
what we had to do to save Orange. So we thought
And I mean, we got some really
Save
nice
Orange.
rooms out of it.
we do
Yeah,
have a
so
real yeah.
since it's been so long and everything's kind of wishy-washy to me for exactly where we were or anything like that, let me just go ahead and say you guys find yourselves all meeting up for the first time in a little while since you started trying to settle into your classes. You find yourselves at the main banquet hall building on Logic's Landing. I would say you're not actually in the banquet hall itself, just the main building where lots of the teachers' offices and faculty do their work and daily routines. But there's also a few study halls and what looks to be a study room that you have all claimed for the afternoon to have a meeting amongst yourselves. Um, as you all group up, you find yourselves in a small little library. There are a couple of different books on the shelves, nothing huge or nothing mystical about it. It's just a normal room with a little lamp in the corner, a little oil lantern in the corner, um, and some leatherback chairs. It's nice as you find yourselves all arriving. And Oren, you still have not picked a school, and we'll pick up pretty much. Say it's been maybe like a day since you finished actually taking your exams, but haven't chosen a school yet. Okay. So as Cleary sits down on the table, say, "Well, that was a terrible class. Absolutely abhorrent. If I had to choose again where to spend 1,000 gold, it would not be on the animation of roadkill."
Yeah, I don't know what you were expecting to get out of that one.
And I thought it was more of a reanimation where, uh, I was hoping to learn some healing spells of some kind, but apparently in the Greater Arcana, that's not something that's readily available.
You could
Right.
have at least taken the cooking version of the course.
You're telling me that there was a class where you can bring roadkill back to life,
Yes.
and I missed it?
Uh, I'm going to ask you right now, did you miss it or did Cleary pay it and you're the reason that he went to that class?
We can do that.
You talked him into it.
I feel like you wanted to go to the class and Cleary went with you and he paid for the class. And so it
If
was a $500
reanimating,
piece.
oh yeah, if reanimating them is if that's an option, I was there.
Yeah, okay. So Cleary paid for the class because you were really interested and he thought, well, we don't really have a cleric in our group. And obviously Grim wants to learn more about taking on a healing role. That's why he's learning about this revivification of roadkill. But that turns out to not be what it is. And Brokey's
Nope.
there.
Not at all.
And Brokey's the one who told him about it. And it's just this creepy ass dissection thing where you learn how to animate individual organs at a time. And it was the worst experience of Cleary's
Perfect.
life.
Oh yes, this is
He's
the
like,
best.
he just looks at you and scowls.
I learned so much.
Yeah, yes. Well, how's everybody else's classes going?
Well, so far, planar studies is really super duper boring, but I have hope that maybe I'll learn something useful somewhere along the way. You know, it's still early. You got to get through all the basics first, right?
Oh, come on.
If this is another fucking... Oh. I'm gonna say, if this is another blue alert for an injured cop 200 miles away, I'm gonna throw my phone. No, it's an emergency alert about how Delta is on the rise in our area.
What a surprise!
They just opened up all the schools. Like they just overturned the governor's attempt to make it so that schools forcing students to wear masks would be illegal. But they overturned that just like today.
This week.
Oh, did that? No.
Yeah, because you were trying to make it illegal for them to say students have to wear masks.
And this is why we play and live in a fantasy world instead.
Yeah. Whereas actions like that have consequences.
Yes, but I'm assuming they showed you the old celestial charts, right? The whole wheel of the cosmos. And
Yeah,
things
the whole
that-
thing with all the circles on it, and then like some of them are like pancakes, and it kind of just made me hungry for pancakes.
Well, I feel like it's the best way they could describe it. It's very much more like fourth or even fifth dimensional.
Yeah, it's it's really. I mean, I don't do good with books. I like they tell you to sit down in a chair and take notes, and I really want to. I want to do good. I want to learn this stuff so that we can help Greed and anybody else that gets sucked away, and maybe learn some stuff about Northot. But like,
are you taking the same classes as her? Do you guys have like set schedules? Or are you taking whatever classes you like? What are you doing, Mitnia?
I mean, I was in that one.
immediately flunked out.
I couldn't figure out which way was up.
Well, the thing is you have to stop thinking about it in the concept of up.
Yeah, we've been over this a million times. Planes like exist like on simultaneous sort of. There is no direction to,
Think of it more like out.
I told you
and
you
in,
should have taken like the javelin
and-
hurdling stuff instead.
Well, I might transfer into that one, but the book makes a great pillow.
Yeah, you just look there and it's like a 6-inch tome on the table.
Mitnier's just got ink on his face.
And if you ever get tired of your stuffy, boring classes, you can come to Grimm School and you can have psychedelics and eat stew.
Well, and then you guys recall
Maybe
over
next
the past
time.
week how you have spent a little bit of time, probably each of you, touring, if not participating in the events or the the parties at the Feywild teachings. But I'm sure you've all taken a tour by this point
Oh yeah.
and checked it out because they have an open door policy at that school.
Oh yeah. I
Right?
wasn't
No
expecting any
secrecy or
restrictions.
any of that shit. Like, just fucking, hey man, you want to come in? Don't break anything, and if you do, just put money in the broke stuff jar, and just like on the counter is just filled with gold pieces and platinums, and it's just like, yeah, we break a lot of stuff, but that jar, man, it's fucking full.
proceeds to
Much
go
more
back to jar.
fun than your stuffy planers you got. Not about that.
Well, one of these days, I might take you up on that offer. Certainly once, I'm expecting the studies to get harder and more stressful, and then that's when you have a nice rager. Not the
Okay,
first
but
week of classes.
we have a soup luge though. Okay, you can just sit at the bottom
Yeah, I saw
and drink
that.
the soup.
It looks very unsanitary.
Yeah, I
Whatever
don't...
kind of soup you want.
Anyways, Owen, what school were you looking to joining? I feel like you had quite the pick.
I don't really know much about them, so it's hard for me to say.
Well, that's what we're all here for. And as a
Well,
prefect for the University of Phoenix, I've learned quite a bit.
I told you, the High Realm Academy, they're super snooty and kind of super like major prudes. Super prudes. It's really boring, but the bedrooms are really fucking nice, so...
Didn't you say you couldn't have anyone over?
No,
Yet.
We'll change it. We're going to change it from the inside.
Well, I could go through the list of acceptances, I guess it was, if you guys want to help me decide.
As the DM, I remember nothing. So
All that matters is that you qualified to get into Prime Thought.
I mean, Prime Thought is probably the best one to go with. I couldn't get in, and they said...
a full invitation into Prime Thought, or did he say something else?
I'm pretty sure he got an invitation into Prime because he had over 350. And he got an invitation.
Yeah, I got an invite.
He also got an invite into what you call it, I think.
The one
I
that
had a
wants another
caveat
fracture.
In
I'm pretty
Which
Verona?
one?
I was
Yeah,
pretty sure
yeah,
I had
Verona.
a caveat for joining Prime Thought, which was
It probably is, yeah.
I think I
don't have
mentioned a
any note for
caveat.
that.
You just didn't write it down, yeah? Okay, because I'd already said, yeah, nobody's gonna just get into Prime Thought right
Is
now.
it like in Verona where you have to have 2 fractures? Or is it different?
Oh, you received a scholarship from the Prime Thought, meaning that you get the bonuses of not having to pay for your classes.
Oh, so you didn't go over any of that with me. You just listed them out, and then that was it. We ended it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, it's 3 weeks ago. I can't remember.
Yeah.
He got into pretty much
That's-
everything except for Feywild's teachings.
Because I got a scholarship from Prime Thought as well, right? They
Yeah,
paid
she
me,
also get a scholarship.
Yeah.
and then
from
they
Prime
said I
Thought.
could join them later if I prove myself. And
Right. Same deal that was given to Seti was also given to you, Oren.
I mean, I think that's maybe our ultimate. Prime Thought seems to be the place to learn important shit. That's
Yeah,
the headmaster's realm.
Getting directly into the Prime Thought Academy requires like lots of recommendations and so many different things. You're still unknown elements, so you have to prove yourself scholastically before you'd be considered.
The High Realm asked quite a commitment from us, a whole year of studies. I don't know if the other schools ask for that kind of commitment as well, but it's nice to keep your options open. I feel a little bit stifled, and nobody's joined the university. It would make Clary really happy.
Oh, well, it wouldn't be a horrible thing. We did lose one of our best members with the loss of Cinder to the high mind, risen mind, whatever bullshit illithid cult took him.
Has anybody checked on that guy? Maybe they've eaten
He
his
kind of
brains.
just vanished. Like, I'm a little worried. Maybe they ate
I've
him.
heard from him, but seems to be falling in quite well to the study of arcane things there. It's very like him. He would disappear for weeks at a time studying a specific thing before, so it's not surprising that having joined a new school, he's a bit distracted.
Hyperfixation happened.
Anyways,
Yeah. So. Okay. I guess my options are a High Realm Academy.
why is there a wolf?
I don't know. Sorry, I forgot to turn off the wolves.
This is a spooky ass school.
There's werewolves at this school?
It's nighttime.
Right, I
Guess
didn't
it's
click on
possible.
this.
So you know that somebody other than the DM is in control of the music.
I usually turn off the wolves on this track. I just forgot this time, okay?
Oops. Yeah, and then University of Phoenix, of course. Blackstaff Tower. Silverwind Academy. And Envaruna.
And Varuna, you were given the same deal as Grim was, which was come back when you've acquired a second fracture.
Okay.
And they'll reevaluate you then. Basically, they're watching you. Whoever they are.
And
The
prime
proverbial they.
Prime thought was scholarship, you said?
Prime Thought offered you a scholarship, and depending on your performance, scholastically, and take that however you will, you could gain entrance into the Prime Thought.
Just put scholarship and future entrance.
Word. All right, so.
So I guess they really only have 4 options right now.
Yes, but there's some of the better options. I would
You could just
assume.
flip a coin. A couple of coins.
Well, I mean, it probably depends what they do at each of these places. I mean, I'm not
Classes.
magic
do
user or
classes.
anything, so
Well, neither am I.
well, schools generally have a focus. Like,
Well, like, so the,
University of Phoenix, don't you guys focus in artifacts and stuff?
Which ones are you interested in? I can give you the lowdown on each of the individual schools if you like. You said you were a High Realm Academy. It's well, you'd fit right in there, to be honest. It is
Actually, yeah.
comprised mainly of celestial beings, of which you at least appear to be one.
yeah, the headmaster's like a weird
Planetar.
planet.
Planetar.
He's a planet.
He's an angelic
He
being.
cannot keep his office clean, though.
Well, yeah, it's a kind of a bit of a mess in there, which was surprising, but no regard for this at all. But yeah, they would love to have you. And basically, they let Mintnir in because he's like a dragon person and they're really into that for some reason. And I guess they liked my music or something. I don't know. But, we're supposed to participate in like the school sports, sort of. And you could probably join the team and we could all, represent the High Realm together in the inter-scholastic competitions.
I was just giving him the small lowdown of the school. Haven't even gotten to my school yet.
Sorry, Cleary.
We convince him that it's the best choice. I was just going from the order he listed.
I think that you should not join them because if you do, then it will be 3 versus 1 when we're all playing in the games, and I don't think that's fair to me and the bird.
Sounds like great odds.
That's true.
There's also, you mentioned University of Phoenix, obviously. We're a very good school. Where are these birds coming from? What is happening? It's just like in the corner. It's just Bropsy going.
This is why I don't share the music.
What is Bropsy doing during all this, Nikita?
You might have got my phone call. Maybe not.
That's a good question. Being off in her own world there.
Warren's been staying with Bropsy so we've been hanging out.
Gotcha. University of Phoenix, of course, is a very good school if you're interested in the arts, or if you want to study Arcana anyway. All are welcome, all levels. I'm sure there's something you could learn that would be interesting. You could take all kinds of classes with us. No real restrictions. Then, of course, you mentioned Blackstaff Tower. Now, the primary purpose of the Blackstaff Tower here is the recruitment of, Blackstaff.
Necromancers.
No, they are not necromancers. They are mages, wizards. The Blackstaff itself is an individual who is widely well known and respected throughout the lands, especially in Waterdeep. There have been several over the centuries, and I believe that it is a recruiting ground specifically for future Blackstaffs to gain apprenticeship and to teach one another.
Oh, if you want to be
Usually
a
they
wizard.
base themselves out of Waterdeep, the actual Blackstaff Tower, but they have a off-branch school here as well to gain access to students from beyond the norm.
Not
And,
really sure why they would send me an offer. I'm not
well, they
really a
take-
magic user.
All sorts of individuals, as far as I can tell, and the Blackstaff itself carries with it much power. To claim the Blackstaff is to claim the powers of an arcane wizard and the Blackstaffs before. So, any interested individual, whether they have much experience in Arcana or not, could become the next Blackstaff. Not to mention that, they like to gathering their forces, and from what I can tell, they've done fairly well in the competition so far. That I've seen since I've been here. You also mentioned which one? Which was the third?
Silverwind?
Silverwind Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Silverwind Academy is a place for adventurers. It functions just as much as a guild as it does a school. Think of it as a place where like-minded individuals come to learn more together to better prepare to make use of the ruins here in Selindor. That's the best way I can describe them. And then we don't really know much about Inveruna at all. I honestly know nothing about it, except for I'm pretty sure their statue's got some tentacles that will frankly make me uncomfortable considering all we've seen.
There's a chance that they might take your fracture out of you or kidnap you. We don't know.
Honestly, I have no idea.
Grimm's votes usually go for Silverwind. That's what Grimm does. Because they
we're already
offered
part of a guild, so
they
it
offered the
seems
dragon,
kind of unproductive.
but they offered the dragon guy a fancy weapon. Because apparently they just have a place that's full of fancy weapons.
Or you should
Oh.
just pick whichever team you want to be on in the school sports.
I already have a fancy weapon.
Mitnir just points at himself for the team you want to be on. Yeah.
Well, choose as you will. You'll always have a place available for you at University of Phoenix, but do what makes you happy, I suppose.
I mean, like a phoenix, we did think you were dead, and then you came back. So, it's on theme.
Yeah. And I feel like we all the headmaster there.
Don't feel obligated whatsoever to join our school. Pick what's best for you.
You mean after we blew him up
We'll
and
all-
he lost part of his wing?
We'll all be classmates together. By the way, yeah, you guys have not seen Headmaster Phoenix
Ever
since
since
the
he got his statue, he just disappeared.
Larry, have you seen the headmaster? Have you heard anything?
I have. He's recovering.
Okay, good. We'll have to send him some flowers or something. Does he like flowers? Stuffed bear?
He's going. Currently, he's going through something in physical therapy.
We should invite him to round 2 at the book.
We do need to
It's
figure
a
out.
great idea.
Is that necessary?
I mean, Grimm wants
a
to see
second
the.
round of the book. Is that really necessary right now?
No.
Right now? No,
Not
no,
right
but
now.
it might be.
I mean, perhaps when we've learned more,
Yes.
I think this is the place to do it.
I mean, there's still at least 2 people in there, in that book. So.
Oh, 2.
Right, because there's the greed, and then there's the green lady, who I'm not sure who she is, but she's something.
I see. Whatever works for you, just include me this next time.
Yes.
I'd like to help
Yes.
if I can. Well, good luck to you all with this. And he's looking out the sort of glass pane It's not really like a wall or a window. It's just like one of those like glass dividers between the study room and the hallways outside. And he sees a couple of the new recruits into University of Phoenix are sort of clamoring around like, Prefect Leary, but they're like not saying anything, and they look like he's like some sort of like big like boss, like and he's like, oh yes, please, yes, I'll be right there. Sorry, everyone. Good luck with your studies. I've got to go lay down the law. And he gets up and goes over and he's like, told you not to bother me when I'm talking to proper students. You maggots.
It is.
Some of them
Boot camp
giggle.
instructor all of a sudden.
Some of them giggle because they know it's ridiculous, and some of them are like, "Yes, sir." Like there's this very like confidently like, "Oh yeah, this guy's so cool." Like eyes wide, like individual.
Only they knew.
There's like, "Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir."
Oh boy.
Yep.
Well, so
Anyways, so he sort of steps out on you guys to go do his prefect work.
how is everyone's classes going? We've been how many?
I'd say like since you guys saw each other last, probably not even a couple days. You probably not as a full group you've been together yet, but you've met up with each other multiple times, seen each other at the big
Yeah.
chalkboard for the Prime catalog. Like you've seen each other, you've met up, you've had breakfast, but this is the first time you guys have sat down to really give a what's up.
Okay.
Then can I add a couple of alchemy hours?
I probably had to wait like a week or so to take the exams.
Yeah, I think definitely a couple days.
I'm gonna add a couple alchemy credit hours because I definitely went there at least a couple times in that time just to learn more.
Oh, absolutely. It's been I'd say you could probably go ahead and roll me 3d10.
3d10. How do you roll? Oh, there we go.
Yep. I'll need to know exactly how many days have gone by
Well-
for our jar.
Oh, okay. So you've actually just go ahead and add a full 24 hours.
For the jar? What are you
No.
talking about his training?
The jar add a week, I guess, from when you guys have arrived at the academy, if whoever's tracking that.
Yeah, I'm tracking that.
Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, you guys have a jar of multiplicity, which was a really cool artifact that you guys have barely scratched the surface
I know.
of.
Well, we should probably open it and see what we get, because if it's nothing, then we need to start over again, right?
What do we put in it this time? Diamonds?
You put
We-
the diamond
Yep.
back in.
Yeah.
We put 1,000 gold diamond in. It's been 19 days so far.
Which is how many
Wait, but if we
times multiplied?
wait, if we just wait 3 days, that's 3 weeks, right? Because it does it weekly.
Okay, we can wait.
Well, it requires 1 week to incubate before it does anything.
Oh, it's done. It's you said it's been like 18 days. So yeah, if it's 3 more days, then that would be 3 times
19
whatever the
days.
result,
Mm-hmm.
or two more days then for 3 times whatever the result.
Yeah, 2 more days.
Okay,
And
so
so I have a question. Obviously, I'm taking planar studies. Is there like a language that might be associated with the outer planes, like primordial or something? Maybe I would be taking a language class.
the outer planes that you have learned in your class involve the positive and negative energy planes, or the higher planes or the fallen planes. There's lots of information that you've been able to glean, but go ahead and make me a history check.
Ooh, 14.
14. What specifically you were trying to determine the language for?
Like just the outer planes, kind of looking into this Northought / greed thing. Like, is there a language that would be associated with these planes that I could be studying?
Associated with the far realm, the beyond the planar systems is the far realm itself. It's beyond the outer
And
planes.
we don't really know much about that.
There's not much information in history books or anything else, but there have been portals that bleed into specific areas of the Underdark. And from that, languages have sprouted up over a long period of time. And they've associated it with this plane because that's the only place on the material plane where they found leaking bits of connection to the far realm. And that's where deep speech originates. So deep speech itself has, though originating from deep within the Underdark, has apparently been traced historically to an undiscernible plane of unimaginable horrors.
So could I also be studying deep speech? Is there a language class for that?
You can study deep speech, but it would be the same sort of thing as learning alchemy that Grim's doing. So
I gotta
you
put
can
some
take
hours
the
into
class.
it.
You got to put some hours into it.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can absolutely do that. It also
Is that-
requires that you spend some money on it. So since it's an elective course and not part of your course, I would say that you have to spend 200 gold per month, and it'll take you, we'll just, as long as you're actually there to take your classes like once a week to take the language classes, then I'll say that it'll take you 6 months to learn the language.
So if it's once a week, 6 months. Could I go more often?
You certainly could. I would say like each full class that you took, like you would have to pay the same amount of money over time, right? So like I said, 200 gold per month
So
for
like,
the class.
so 1,200 gold
So-
for 6 months. If I spend 1,200 gold but finish it in a month, it's still 1,200 gold.
If you do the same amount of time, which would be like a 2-hour class once a week. And then, homework and blah, 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 blah. You'd be studying like nonstop. If you put your nonstop work into it, you could potentially learn a language. And that's literally all you did for a month. You could learn the basics of any language, I would say.
Yeah, we'll see. Go
Considering
ahead and
that
pay
you're
200 gold for the first.
all multilingual anyways.
But is that part of the first pancake or the third pancake?
I think it's like it's outside the pancakes.
It's the pan.
It's like the negative space around the pancakes.
That's not a. I'm leaving that class.
Like, if they're talking about the far realm, they'll say, think about, if you're talking about pancakes, Mr. Mitnir, then think about it as the pancakes sit within the pan, and the entities within the pancake are in their kitchen, flipping the planes and watching how they revel. And hopefully not covering them in syrup and eating them. What an
So there's-
interesting metaphor.
So there's pancakes in the pancake?
Think about the material plane as a single blueberry that resides within a pancake. There are many blueberries in these pancakes, in fact, but the material plane is one singular blueberry. Now, imagine a little chocolate chip comes in. That's the Shadowfell.
Only food metaphors.
Trying to explain everything he can through a lens that Mitnir understands because he's using pancakes.
Still falls asleep.
Yep. Mitnir's just like,
Well, now that Mr. Mitnir is asleep, let's continue with the lesson as planned.
Oh, Mitnir dreams of pancakes.
yep.
He's just eating the blueberry. That's the material plane.
Material plane.
And you see that there are actually many material planes within it. It's a blueberry pancake. That's the multiverse. Anyways.
So how is everybody else's classes going? Rapsy, are you doing anything interesting?
I started taking a language class too.
Oh yeah?
For Draconic, right? That's what I was doing.
Oh fun, yeah. I thought
It
about enrolling in Draconic. but I figured maybe next time we're on the road and we're staying, at camps and stuff, or we just can't sleep, then maybe meet near or whatever. Or you speak Draconic too, yeah?
Yeah, I've been teaching Bropsy.
Yeah, I thought maybe I could. Not a gold. Adds up. Speaking of which, we need a job. So, there's still things that I at least am obligated to do for people. And I don't expect everybody to join me, although I know how that conversation has gone in the past, so I'm fully prepared for everybody to join me anyway. But somebody, me, needs to go talk to Puppy and see what the Summer Soldiers want from us. And also, there's another mission side that if you already don't know about, I won't tell you about. But it's kind of delicate and it won't actually involve going anywhere, I don't think. A little bit snooping. And I also need...
also have a key for that delve we did?
Yes, there could be a lot of money in that. There could also be a pretty large risk of death, as you are well aware, of course. So I thought maybe we could do that after we've learned a bit more, kind of had a little bit more recovery time.
Don't we also need to get our fractures fixed or something?
Yes, stabilized. That was my next point, is stabilizing the fractures that have not been stabilized yet. So I thought maybe I would do that today, since day of class.
Oh yes. Wouldn't Cinder's school be good at that?
Well, yes, the
Isn't that what they
headmaster.
do?
The headmaster there has already offered. We just need 500 gold worth of material. What kind of? But,
you don't have to worry about specifically what they are. It's basically candles and like.
I just bring the money to pay for them.
Yeah, and he'll take care of it. It cost him a lot to do the meditation rituals and stuff like that. But you do know, Oren, that your fracture has been stabilized.
Oh, has it?
Yours has been stabilized. That was mentioned to you by, I think, the Illithid told you. The Alhoon. I think so. I might be crazy.
I haven't seen him since I got back, I don't think.
Okay, well, yours is stabilized. You'll find that out as you have your conversation then. Sorry, I thought we talked about it already.
I think, is mine the only one that hasn't? Like, I know Grim...
Yeah, yours is now the only one that's completely unstabilized.
Yeah.
The Grim's is stabilized?
Or maybe Grim's is unstable. Yeah, Grim's is unstabilized. That's correct.
Okay, so me and Grim need to go see Cinder's headmaster. I could just send him a message.
Right?
Interesting. Yeah.
Oh, the guy that talks in your head.
Mm-hmm.
The Grim has plenty of gold. It doesn't use it for anything, so.
Well, once I pay for this, I will only have like 300 left, so...
Grim can pay for your stabilized. Grim has however many thousands.
500 is a lot.
Grim has...
I mean, I appreciate it. I'm not going to say no.
If Grim includes his platinum, Grim has 4,000 gold.
All right.
It's easy. Grim doesn't use it for anything.
Yeah, what is it but rocks, right? Just shiny rocks.
I don't buy food, right? I don't. It's fine. And now my alchemy is paid for, so it's fine. Just pay for Ernie.
Well, I'll probably drop my acceptance letter off today. Figure I might as well join the High Realm Academy.
Yeah! High five, Matthew.
Like high five, yeah.
All right, we're going to kick so much ass in the interscholastic competition bullshit. Sorry, everybody else.
Me and Brogy will destroy you. You watch out.
You're screwed. I mean,
I don't
I'm
know
looking
if
forward to the competition.
How long is this? How long?
Well, I didn't get accepted to Feywild, so I couldn't join you, Grim, and I didn't get accepted into Bropsy's school either. So.
Well, I guess that only leaves us or Clary. So, Clary's going to be devastated. Oh, I'm so sorry. We keep breaking his heart.
Oh, that's right. He already left. How long did he say it was?
I don't think I would fit in well at his school. They don't really... I don't do any of the stuff they do.
Well, I think they do a little bit of everything, but certainly you'll be welcome with open arms here, and you get a really nice bedroom. So it's maybe worth it if you don't mind sleeping alone.
Well, we'll see if I get treated differently than you do.
Yeah, I mean,
it hasn't been bad.
well, there's just like little comments and stuff. Like I can tell the other students kind of look down on me a bit, and they think I'm maybe like not as good as they are. But at the same time, the powers that be really want me there to make them look good, so they have to be really nice and like catering and stuff. So it's kind of like a mixed bag, And honestly, it reminds me of home a lot. So
And well, yeah, hopefully my scholarship, I guess, pays for my entrance tuition.
yeah,
Whatever
so
it's
like
called.
whatever class you want to take, as long as it's not like outside, like I'm learning deep speech and they don't want to cover that because they don't consider that. Maybe if I was learning celestial, that would be included. But yeah, what would you want to study? What do you like? I mean, they have like martial, I mean, you can pick from the whole catalog. Like you could learn, some fighting stuff, like which do.
I don't know what I want to study yet. I'll have to look into it more, but
Yeah.
at least with that school, I can learn more of my ancestry.
Ah. I'm sure they have like genetics and genealogy and like all kinds of history classes.
Yeah, well, I'll find out, I guess.
All right. Well, you're going to do that. Graham, do you have any other obligations? Should I just message Adrisma and see if we could schedule that like soon and we could go together to get our shard stabilized?
My school does not care. I go wherever and whenever is fine. They'll understand.
That's
The
fair.
only one who cares about me really is Brogy, and like it's just to cut me open, so it's fine.
Can I look around and see if Brogy is actually hovering?
Make a perception check.
That is going to be a 25.
Yeah, you do. In fact, see Brogy and another female halfling with dark eyeliner and a lot of bangs.
She's the one I've spotted before, right?
Yeah, and just all the bangs. And she is sitting there looking like you can just see like this, like ugh.
Yeah, I think your
Around
fan
the
club will
corner.
probably still follow you wherever you go. So.
It's fine. I'm not worried about it. This is normal.
I mean, look, last time I got weird vibes off of two people, it was those elves that betrayed us on the pass. And I ignored them, like, oh, it's probably just a cultural thing. And then Brogy has literally said he wants to cut you open. So I'm just
He's
saying,
very
be
upfront about it, so
on your guard.
I'm not worried about it. If I would be worried about it if he wanted to cut me open and wasn't telling me, but he's very upfront, so it's like, what's the worry about?
Sure, I guess that makes some kind of sense.
And plus, I think he's president of the Spore Club, right?
Is in fact president of the Spore Club.
There you go. See, that's all we need.
All right.
And I would have joined the Spore Club, obviously, like immediately.
Yes, you were immediately accepted as well. As far as you know, the Spore Club is the topmost floor of the tower. It rests within the giant phallic bulge at the end of the. It's the, in fact, the mushroom tip of the.
Oh yeah,
phallic
that's where I
tower.
sleep too.
Yes, it is
I sleep up there with the shrooms.
Yep, it is just basically a little forest of mushrooms.
Perfect.
They grow into this strange dome, and they grow up the walls, and there's all kinds, and it's like it's very interesting. There's also a botany club that is separate from the mushroom club.
Yeah, I mean, Grim's gonna join all the clubs. He's gonna join the Alchemy Club, the Botany Club, the Spore Club. To take all those classes plus necromancy classes, but that's like on the DL.
I do have a list of clubs somewhere. I don't know if they have any necromancy at this school.
There's a necromancy club, and he's probably gonna take like whatever kind of necromantic class classes there are.
We're all mangled.
If it'll load. Carry on.
Oh.
The video will be
Yeah.
back shortly, I think.
Nope, they don't have anything specifically in this club. Alrighty. That said, yeah, I guess your thing closed because there was nothing coming out of it.
Yeah, well, it wasn't playing anything. I think I'm gonna have to leave the call and come back though. So BRB.
Okay. Well.
It's just refusing to share my screen.
Well, so that means the stream's broken, right?
Screen
Yeah.
you're trying to share broken?
No. I'm trying to share a different screen. I got Bardley working again.
Take a break and get it fixed and then come back.
Yeah, we can do that. We take an early break. You guys.
Yeah,
we'll
sorry
just
about
take a-
that. We're gonna bounce
yeah, we'll just
out.
take an
Back in
early break
5.
and we'll be back in 5 minutes, and then we're gonna just we're gonna do this shit. Bye.
Give it done.
Hey guys, and welcome back, or welcome us back. I don't know. Let's do some more D&D. So, I don't exactly remember what the exact thought we left off on was, except for everything's broken.
I am sending a message. I missed
The
it.
Treatma, right?
Was her face just was like right here, like.
I am sending a message to Idrisma. What else is that?
Do any of these people have multi-passes? Can I just link up with them too?
Yeah.
We don't have to
we
waste
haven't
spell
asked.
slots to contact them.
We haven't asked.
Well, you know, Cinder has one. So if you want to save a spell,
Oh!
like-
Yeah, okay.
They don't want their multi passes. I'm sorry. I think we're calling them seals now. I think
Oh,
we're
sorry,
gonna
they're
go with
seals.
seals. We're gonna go with seals. So he doesn't want his seal lighting up all the time. So he doesn't just hand it out to every student.
Yeah.
You know.
private digits.
But we are special.
Sure.
Well, in that case, I will use my seal to contact Cinder.
Sure.
And
Let's work for me. Let's go.
just like, hey, how have you been? I hope the new school's working out well. Hey, could you maybe set up for me and Grim to have our shards stabilized with your headmaster? I didn't want to bother him or waste a spell slot.
So while Seti was saying all of that, Cinder was like fumbling with his thing. And at the end, when you're done, it's like, hello?
Hi, hello.
Sorry, I kind of missed all of that. I'm still
Right.
working with this thing.
Yeah.
It's weird when it doesn't come in my head. I wasn't ready.
That's fair. I'm sure it takes some
Weird,
getting
right.
used to. Just wondering if maybe you could get a thing set up for me and Grim with your headmaster to have our shards stabilized. And also, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. One moment. And you just see him kind of stare off into space for a second.
I think he died.
He is available this evening if you are.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this evening. Like 5 o'clock.
Around 7 or 8.
All right. And we'll just come to your tower.
Yes, he would expect you at the entrance.
All right. We'll be there. Thank you.
Sure, no problem.
Sorry for interrupting what you were doing. Have a good day.
You too. How do you turn this off?
Nice. Alrighty. So there's one thing accomplished, and I'm really proud of you guys for doing. Next.
I guess
Like how we're watching you Google.
I'm not
I guess
Googling.
Oren will swing by the High Realm Academy to give his acceptance, or however that works.
Sure. Yeah. So basically, you'll find that you just I'll get back to you on it. And so you talk to Cornwall, and he brings you in. He does not take you directly to the headmaster like he did with the other two. Your acceptance is unceremonious. He brings you in, introduces you to a few people. He gives you the tour of the facilities, and you are given lodging. And it's pretty much the same stuff that they've learned and seen.
Cool.
No special treatment, but they don't treat you poorly. Nobody treats you like you're lesser than. They're just they're really friendly, really cordial, and they welcome you in. It's just that the headmaster doesn't take special care to come see you. So you haven't met or even, I don't even think, seen the headmaster yet.
Nope, I haven't.
Yeah,
because I wasn't around when they were at the big ball.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's fucking beautiful ass place. You think currently sure, the chateau's kind of nicer, but
It's no Elysium.
It's more homely. It's more restful and peaceful. This place just feels like a little bit like it's trying too hard.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nice. It is nice.
Cool. Yeah, it's all paid for.
Yeah, doesn't get any better than that.
If there's anybody you would like to talk to in character or anything like that, I was just trying to say because there's no new information for you to learn. I glazed over it, but if you'd like to communicate and speak to anybody in particular, feel free.
Not at this time, no.
Okay, cool. For this entire session, guys, if you have somebody you want to talk to, NPC or otherwise, or anything you'd like to accomplish, speak up. Just to do it sort of free form this week to try to find our direction since it's been so long.
I think I'd grab Oren, though, once he's done with all that stuff, to go find classes that are more suitable to non-magic users.
All right. So, you get your introduction, Mitnir meets you in that left wing of the tower, the High Realm Tower. That leads off to the different bedrooms and the cafeteria, just basic living needs and study halls. And so you meet in that region and begin heading your way down to the Jesus Christ. Every time, guys. Every time I forget how the school's laid out. That area, the Halls of Irrigation. You arrive at the Halls of Irrigation, and the Prime Catalog stands before you in all of its nonsense, with little robots crawling onto it and changing the chalk writing, and sometimes it just magically zipping and crossing itself out and new ones appearing. There's a board of some 30 classes, a little bit more scarce this weekday. But yeah, you
We'll
find
probably
yourself
look
there.
for some combat-based classes, and I think Oren would also keep an eye out for any blacksmith classes. See if he could pick up any new tricks.
Sure. Make me an investigation check.
Oh boy. First roll of the month. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Or 23.
Okay, so you're looking for like a sparring class, right? And then what was the second one for Mitnir?
Blacksmith. Oh,
Or for Oren?
Yeah, he's looking for blacksmithing. I'd be looking for something more along the lines of like carving type stuff.
Oh,
if
you're
it's
looking for okay, yeah, absolutely. So looking into a sparring class, you see that there is a no-cost free sparring arena that will be popping up. It's a pop-up class that's going to be coming up in about 2 hours, and it just has a small like glyphic section next to it for instructions. So you can make checks if you'd like to either copy it down or try to figure it out if you want to pursue that. Otherwise, you do see that there is an actual like unarmed combat class that is being taught as well, which is like a full like sign up for, or not sign up, but it has a pay cost of 50 gold for the lesson. Meanwhile, you can say that you wanted to look out for Mitnir's sculpting class too, if you want.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you do find that in fact Cleary is teaching a class on sculpting, and
Back.
yeah, Cleary has says anybody in this school, from what you guys have learned in all your time here, is that sometimes headmasters are teachers. Sometimes there are teachers who teach vastly different subjects throughout the school. Sometimes the students themselves come to teach. The entire thing is a curriculum made by academics for academics by academics. And that's for anything that you can think of. So you see that, yeah, Cleary Asentov says, imagining and creating in a three-dimensional space, meeting on the Eastern Quad.
And he just like
Mitnir.
sighs.
and then it says 10 gold admission fee for the lesson. Materials will be provided.
I guess I should try it at least. Do you want to go?
Not really my thing. I'm gonna keep looking for a smithing class.
Do we
Smithing
want to
class
try
was
that
the last one?
other thing? The fighting, the
The arena or the unarmed combat class?
both.
I mean, I'm pretty good at unarmed combat already.
But we can
Arena is
always get
interesting.
worse.
I don't have a lot of gold right now, so I'll take the free class over the paid one.
I'll pay for it.
Yeah, you
Looking
sure?
Think. Yeah, I got it covered. It's fine.
All right.
Cool. So looking at that, I want you guys to make me a just a general intelligence check to see if you can figure out how to make it to any of these classes. What you guys have figured out about the Prime catalog is that, in and of itself, it is a chore to get to these classes on time or at all.
12?
12. Okay.
Ooh.
2. So maybe it's because Mitnir's used to having SETI get him to classes, and he hasn't really figured it out as much yet. Definitely because Oren's new. You guys see these classes on the board, but the only one you know how to get to is the East Quad, where Cleary has his lesson. And you also know Oren, where you can actually go to the blacksmithing class because it is off campus. So instead of saying that this particular class is actually supposed to be toured in the jeweled Undercity.
Oh.
So it's a teleportation room is where it just lists the meeting room instead of sections of the school.
Gotcha. Well, fighting classes might be good, but I have no idea where they are.
It does remain on the board for the next 2 hours, though, for that particular one. Because that's
Should
when
we
it's
ask
supposed to
somebody?
begin.
Is there
This guy-
anyone else around?
Anyone around? We'll grab
There's
the
a
first
couple of
person I
different
see.
individuals, people coming in and out, just checking the board real quick. There are some people that study it just non-stop, and you can see that they completely like fill out a piece of paper with a quill, and then they set the quill to the side and it'll copy it down to the next piece of paper, and just like filling them out by like almost like an autocopier. And then you see that there are other individual students walking by and picking it up. Instead of having to study the board themselves, they've got somebody selling them a cheat sheet for the day.
Maybe we should grab one of those.
Does it have a map? Not that that would help me.
I don't know. Can we go get a closer look at one to see if it like gives directions and stuff?
Yeah, as you approach, you see that this like very almost like manic looking half elf is just sort of standing there. They've got like sort of a pixie haircut. They're like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Okay, fine. And just like keep scribbling. No, strike that, change it. And you watch as one of the one of the quills in itself just goes scribble, and then starts writing again.
Hey, where's that fighting class?
Huh? What? Oh, 5 gold.
$1 gold.
What? No, get out of here. And they go back to writing.
Grabs a quill.
You're grabbing a quill. As you grab the quill, it just goes a little bit of ink at the end, like it's wetting itself. And they say, hey, get your hands off my little scribble, my little scribbler buddy.
2 gold and tell me where it is.
This isn't a negotiation. These have
Bends the
market
quill like
price.
between his fingers.
Yeah. Make a intimidation check.
Dirty 20.
30, 20. Shit, get my dice. Such a bully.
Over 5 gold.
Like, just fine. Don't break my things. And good luck business for me in the future. I'll just skedaddle fast.
I'm faster.
2 gold. Take it.
I give him 3 gold.
What's wrong with you? Like, just explain to me what's wrong with you.
Looks at Orin and just kind of goes, "That's a long story."
Oh my god. And they just pick up their stuff and they just move on. Like, just, you see all the quills pack themselves up and move to the other side of the room, but you get as one of the small cheat sheets.
So has it got directions on it?
So it's not
Just
a
hand-
map or anything. It's literally just the board written out and organized better.
If nothing else, we can just ask people. Right?
But it doesn't
And point
say
to
on there like where you got to go.
There are no more runes. Everything's translated into common, so you can read what everything is. Go ahead and make me another intelligence check if you want to try again.
Oh
To
boy.
figure it out. Still not easy, but it has been transcribed into common.
Or I can read the
Ooh.
words, but that's it.
Nat 20 for 23.
At 20 for 23. Yeah, couldn't be clearer. These instructions make so much more sense now. That said, though the instructions are clear, it's a lot of interesting instructions. You see that each of those runes seem to have represented quite an athletic event just to get there. It mentions going between 2 separate rooms that have a gap between like the east and the south, different corridors throughout the Halls of Irrigation, as they will be, but are not currently arranged for like in the next hour, right? So it's got this opening window, closing window, and you're like slipping between buildings and crawling down grates. It's apparently, whatever class this is, it was not meant to be found by anybody who wasn't worth their salt in deciphering really cryptic shit. But you do, like, just going based off of the bits of information that you glean and looking at the area surrounding you, you're able to imagine where the rooms would be and how it would make sense, because this entire tower itself is clockwork mechanism and everything's shifting and changing around you. But you sort of look beyond that and see the individual facets and how they function, and you can piece together more or less how to get there, you think. Not now,
I think I can get
but
us
in an
there.
hour.
Wait, you lead, I'll follow.
Okay.
We'll give it a try.
All right, so for you guys, where you are, we'll leave that. Who wants to do something? Anybody have anything they'd like to accomplish? Or where
How-
are you guys?
How long is it till our appointment with Drizma?
I would say about 7 hours.
Oh, that's a lot of time.
Yeah, apparently he's not available till 7 or 8 p.m. So
Probably researched stuff. Sorry. He's a busy boy.
Well, I mean, if we got that much time, I guess Grim will go look at the different clubs and stuff and try and get involved in them.
sure. Okay, so as you find yourself, and you've spent a couple of nights here in the Feywild Teachings Castle, not castle, but tower, and you've gotten a feel for the place. It's full of a bunch of hippies, and you really fit in. It's kind of just a whole bunch of, oh hey Grim, and Grim's just like, oh hey, it's me Grim. Oh goodbye. Like just the shortest conversations, but like still about as meaningful as most conversations with you go. So as you arrive though this time, going back to the tower, finally determined to check out each of the individual clubs. When you first arrive, you see that the main floor, as you arrive, you have been informed, belongs to the Philosophy of the Body Club.
I'm interested in that one too. I'm gonna write these all down.
That's a sex ed class.
Who
Where's
knows
my
what it is?
Where's my note thing? How do I?
I'm just imagining like the bulletin board, that has the take one thing, like for as like a ticket or has a phone number on it for you to get lessons or whatever. Grim walks past the board and just like grabs all of them.
Yeah, I would too. If it were me.
So that's one. That's one
Yes.
for sure. I want to join Philosophy of the Body, and we
Yeah,
got
it's
to
called
sign up.
Philosophy of the Body, and that's in this main common ground area. It's like a larger section, and like the tower itself is only maybe like 100 feet across. You would think, from one side to the other, but they pack a lot into this fairly small diameter space.
Oh yeah.
Each of its sections are fairly tall. I mean, it doesn't feel cramped in any way, but there's not a whole lot of like complexity to this place. It's just go up a level with a staircase, and you're you're in a completely different world. This one just seems to be welcoming. There's seems to be a bar at the center of it with a sort of core to this tree still like sitting within it. There's a bartender there at all times. You're not sure if she sleeps or doesn't sleep, but she has the look like she's never slept. Sitting at the bar in this particular area is a like really sort of like I don't remember which one it was. The one with the hair, the Grudge. That's the one with the Grudge style hair that just like almost covers her face. And then she just like wears just completely baggy clothing. And sits behind the bar at all times, but she can make a mean ass drink. Anything you want, she'll get it for you.
If only Grim drank.
But that's basically that's the only person you know on this floor, like what they're doing there. There's other people that are just enjoying your weird soup.
Yes, my cauldron. Cool. Well then, I guess I'll go to the next floor. See what the clubs we got there.
This floor, you have been informed, is the Imbibement Club's floor.
Imbibement.
The Imbibement Club, which you can see that the taps that exist on the floor below the central bar, in fact, connect directly to kegs that sit on this floor. This is a place that is a full-on brewery on this level. All
Nice.
small batch, no big vats or anything like that. But it's just it almost looks like just this sort of chemical floor, but at the same time, everything they're doing is used to make spirits or wine or beer or something like that.
Nice. Okay, so I skip that one. Don't care about that because I'm not gonna drink it. So.
Okay. On the third floor, you find a whole bunch of people that are currently working on different alchemical processes. This is the Alchemy Club.
Oh, definitely joining that one.
Okay. And that one's got lots of stuff going on, but you have figured out that everybody here in some way contributes to the entire group having a good time. So you're aware that the alchemy group does spend a large portion of their time and their budget on developing psychotropics.
Oh yeah, totally.
Going on to the next floor, you find the Tranquility Club.
That
The Tranquility Club
Exedatives.
they say that they are in pursuit of higher thought, but you've never had a thoughtful conversation with a single one of them. There exists on this floor nothing but meditation chambers, and just a whole bunch of dream catchers and crystals and
Lots of smelly, funny smelling
lots of
leaves.
incense and the whole place it's like a little hookah lounge style, like
Yep.
pillows everywhere to sit on. Every place is a place to leave your body behind and reach a higher plane of thought.
Yeah, Grim doesn't care about that one.
All right, moving on to the next floor, you find the Botany Club.
Yep.
Hitting
he's
this
all
section,
about
you
that.
find it sort of almost looks like a greenhouse within itself, where this is the one section where glass sort of surrounds as a cock ring, if you will, for the tower. In this particular area, that light is coming through daylight and night cycles and is being reflected by mirrors to hit all of the plants just in the right way. So it gives this sort of like light through dust effect everywhere as these different sort of shadows form, making the whole place look like really magical while you're in there. There are plants you recognize and plants you don't, but they're mostly, it looks to be an indoor garden more so than it is a study of any particular crop. It's just like somebody's keeping very lush and very interesting garden that is covering about 100-foot circle.
Nice. Well, I'm all about that one too. Okay. And then what is that? The last one? I mean, is Spores the last one, or are there more?
Nope, Botany is 5th floor. There are 10 floors total.
Oh
Hitting
shoot!
the 6th floor, you find the Philosophy of Rest Club, which is just a bunch of beds. The entire club believes that they can find the most enjoyment out of life from dreaming and sleeping.
Yep.
The world of their dreams is where they live, and they are constantly on drugs to make them enjoy their life of dreams.
Yep. Skipping that one.
There's the Munch Makers Club, also known as the Chef's Club. That entire floor is a big kitchen where they study the culinary arts. Floor 8 is the Philosophy of Laughter Club. You are not allowed onto this floor unless you are accepted into the Philosophy of Laughter Club. As far as you have begun to notice, their activities have included putting a person's hand in warm water while they are sleeping, or putting some pies in their hand and tickling their nose with a feather. You've also seen somebody legally change another person's name to Assface McGee.
Yep. We're not going to that one.
Okay.
No, they got.
Looking on to floor 9, you find the Philosophy of Song. It is just a music room where individuals are playing music. It's not like the cacophony of sound you would find in a band room. But you find that on this room, there is always someone performing, and others in different chambers throughout the room expressing themselves through music and art.
Oh, it's like being around Setio. Let's go to the next floor. Which is the Spores Club, so he knows he'll
Hitting
be
the top
joining that
floor,
one.
you find that the very top of the tower cages the Spore Club, a very well kept for garden that receives the light and atmosphere directly from the Feywild to grow these individual plants.
Nice.
There are multiple sections to this. It is definitely the largest room in the tower.
Like, hey, Brogy.
Big fellow Grim, welcome.
How does Grim join your club?
Brogy already said Grim joined the mushroom spore club.
Yes, but what do we do in your club?
We maintain the very beautiful, luscious mushroom and sporing fungi.
Oh, okay, that's pretty straightforward.
Yes,
Do you,
and we experiment. Also, you should talk to the barkeep.
why would I talk to Barkeep?
No, chrysanthemum. Speak to chrysanthemum bottom floor. Because she has
Oh,
mushrooms.
oh, she has Grimm's mushrooms.
Yes, apparently
Oh,
they have arrived.
oh, we'll grow them on Grimm. This was great. Oh,
Oh,
good.
yes. Brogy will watch this process and definitely not gonna deal to find out why you grow so good.
Grimm
But,
is going to like make sure he gets like
okay.
some extra soil and kind of rubs it on just to make sure
Oh,
there's like
no,
nice
yes. I have some
fertile
good stuff.
places.
And he drops to the ground and like pulls out a bag and starts. It's full of manure, like it's
Oh yeah,
actual shit. And he just
that's
starts
totally
smearing
fine.
it around you. And he's like, "We gotta get you ready."
Like, oh
Ready
yes,
to burn the ball.
this is very fertile. This will do nicely.
Oh yes, the new mushrooms are gonna be so happy.
And then I guess we'll go downstairs to get my
He says,
psychedelics.
"I've got a lot of mushrooms to moisten, so I will see you later."
Oh, okay. Bye, Brogy. I go sound secret Santa Mom.
Yes, go see chrysanthemum.
Then I'll just trudge down the 10 flights of stairs.
Now I have to remember what that chrysanthemum looks like. Yes, I thought it looked like. Okay. So as you arrive on the bottom floor, you try to find chrysanthemum. That is in fact the bartender that has the dreary hanging hair and the loose baggy clothing.
They got, is there a chrysanthemum here?
Yeah.
I was told you have my psychedelics.
What? Who are
You have
you?
mushrooms for Grim?
Mushroom guy. Yeah. No, I heard about that. That's a special delivery. I'm supposed
Okay.
to keep that from getting into bad hands. It's apparently something really special.
Yeah, we're going to grow them on Green.
Oh,
That's
that's really
why
cool.
I have a lot of
Oh,
fresh.
hey, yeah. Yeah, I've got those. Uh, yeah. I guess like somebody watch the bar, and then like a couple of like big frat dude looking like trolls go over like, I wish the bar. Dude, Krug, if you drink all of the fucking Pinot again. I'm not gonna drink all the Pinot. That's a girl drink. Bro, you only drink Pinot when you get drunk. Like, you start with like one beer and then you are all pinkies up and you're just enjoying your fucking Pinot. Don't drink it all. Please. Yeah, fine, Chris. Jesus. And he walks off. She's like, I fucking hate trolls. Come on. And she leads you like to the side into like the sort of side room. It's one of the areas where a lot of people sleep. It's basically just like an open bedroom. It's like a little alcove. Probably one of the testicles of the main tower. And she brings you to the side room. She's like, okay, so like, I don't know, are you impressed or whatever that you're getting this special treatment? But okay, whatever. And she pulls out this long wooden box with what looks like sort of deep silver filigree running through it. But it moves in this weird lightning-like pattern across the box. And you're not sure what it is. Make a nature check for me, actually.
Oh, let's see. Okay, here we go. Good luck. Oh,
As a natural one.
because Grim knows nothing about mushrooms. He's so stupid.
Yeah, no, there's just something about it. It just makes you feel like dizzying. Almost uncomfortable looking at it.
Grim went down too many flights, up and down the stairs. I'm a little sorry. I'm a little disoriented, but Grim does not know. Just
All right.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I will compose myself.
Okay. As she like looks at you, she's like, well, anyways, like, I guess here you go. And she puts her fingers around the edge, and you see as she does and moves them back around to the back of the box, you hear a sequence of clicks, and you hear like a small sound of like a small magical seal sort of fading, sort of.
There's some
She
serious mushrooms.
and she takes her fingers and she lifts the lid of the box. What you see inside are 3 objects. The first of which on the left is what looks like a small glass figurine, with just how glistening it is. It's a twist of this purple, again, like almost glass-like material that seems to just interweave in an impossible amount of intersections. Almost like this weird sort of strike of lightning that you saw on the top of the box, but condensed till it comes to a point and twists upon itself, closing like almost like a closed bud.
This
It's
is
just
like supposed to
netted
be a
material.
mushroom?
Yeah, and below it there seems to be this sort of twist of like the silver material that twists around the bottom and curls into it again, shiny like glass.
Okay,
This
well,
is
he's
sitting
gonna
on the
try
far
and figure
left
out if he
side.
knows what that is.
The second one in the middle is almost looks like the moon. It is a sort of gray, silvery ball sphere sitting there, and it has these small, almost like sphincter-like little holes that are sort of opening and almost closing, but never quite. Just sort of like the ball itself is breathing.
Nice.
But you don't feel any air coming out of it. You just see it sort of like moving, and that's the sphere. And then the last one on the end is a sort of grayish green mound of flesh. You see
Perfect.
netted around it is just a sequence of what looks like banded flesh, and there is a section where it sort of spins towards the center, and sitting in the center of this is a just mound of just like this sort of more leathery, more used looking like bulb of flesh. And there's like these small little tendrils coming around the underside of it. So these are the 3 mushrooms you've been presented with.
Perfect. Grim, I rolled a few
So,
nature checks just to kind of see if I knew what they were. I
sure.
rolled pretty badly. The first one I rolled a 16.
You've never seen mushrooms like these before, and it makes you really excited.
Yeah, and the second one was an 11. And then the third one, because I was just doing it individually for the different mushrooms.
Sure.
The third one I rolled a 21. The last mushroom.
With a 21, looking at this, do your nature check. That bulb in the center, oh, man, that looks suspicious. It doesn't really look like a bulb the more you look at it. That looks like a closed eyelid.
Oh, perfect. Well, these are some weird mushrooms. It was like, did they come with any instructions for how Grim should, like,
So
you
I
know,
was gonna talk to you about that. So apparently when they said they would send you 3 mushrooms, I did not think this was gonna happen. Like, we're supposed to like monitor this shit when it comes in, okay? You've apparently been gifted, you've been bequeathed by an interested party with something that, sure, I guess technically they're mushrooms, but these are fractures, I guess?
oh, are they? They're mushroom fractures.
Yeah.
I didn't know mushrooms could be fractures.
When you look at the energy and she runs her finger down the first one, the sort of like vibrant purple one, you see that it's sort of like a shine like runs across it, almost like electricity. You can see there's power in it. It says, yeah, these are a gift from an interested party that wanted you to join Feywild Teachings, I guess, because they have servants here, and they've taken an interest in you.
Whatever that means. Wait, so is
Um,
Grim supposed to? Am I supposed to absorb these?
They have been gifted to you, and yes, apparently you're supposed to be able to absorb them, but you can't keep them to sell. That's the
Well, no. Why would Grim do
main
that?
caveat. And you can choose one when you're ready. And I'm supposed to keep them here. But she said, the one who delivered it said, that they expect you to be ready soon.
For the first one?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I don't
So
think
I'm
Grim is
supposed
ready
to
yet.
show these to you, so you can choose your first when you're ready.
Okay, well, this is good to know. They're very
Yeah.
weird. I like them.
Whatever, I guess. Like, as long as you don't like take your time with this so much that I have to like just like decide. Don't come to me like look at him again, because there's like a lot of magic to just like unlock and lock the box. Okay, like I just
It's fine. No, Grim will not decide long. Don't worry. Grim will figure it
okay.
out.
Because like honestly, if you want to just choose one now and just keep it with you till you're ready, that's fine.
No,
Like,
I don't want to risk losing it. Because if I
I
lose it,
mean, yeah, right.
so that would not be good. We'll,
Uh,
we'll wait. I'll come back. I'm here every day, so it's fine.
okay, well, I guess yeah, you special treatment. Day one, fuck, bye. They close the box, just like lock it back, and just walk away.
She reminds me of she's like an emo um like stoner Palm Siberia from the description that you gave of her. Like like Palm when she's like when they first meet her with her hair all down, like
Which one's
where
that?
the one with the knife from Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, Hunter
The
x
one,
Hunter.
the one with
Yes,
the crazy hair
that's
and the
exactly
knife.
what she looks like. Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Before she gets all with the orb on her head, but when
Yeah,
she's
exactly. Before she,
initially
yeah,
crazy.
100%.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I'm
so
imagining. So that's
um,
Grim.
we've gotten Grim, and we'll get back to the other guys. What are you guys up to, my ladies? You are muted.
Dropsy, you got
that much,
anything?
you know.
I don't know what my options are.
Anything in the world.
That's a problem. I don't handle that well.
I know. But
Am
this
I
is
working? I could be working. I could
yes,
be
yes,
cataloging all the different animals that they have that I could
absolutely.
shape or uh
Absolutely. So the way that I'm
whatever
going
the
to be
fuck it's
doing
called into.
this is because I don't like the idea of me listing off 100 animals you can now transform into. I like the
Wow,
idea.
rude.
Well, that just doesn't seem like fun and doesn't seem personal. So what I would like to
Okay.
do is
Mhm.
have it so
Tell me all of their
each
names and let me pet
week.
them.
Oh my gosh! I was gonna say that for like each week you spend working here, you're going to get to know one animal really
Only
well.
one? That's okay.
Well, I want you to really get to know that animal. So you get one that you really
Okay.
want to get to know, and you're taking
Mhm.
care of them. You're learning their habits,
Okay.
how they work, and
Okay.
you're really getting to know
Okay.
how, instead of just
Mhm.
being like, oh yeah, I saw it once in a book, now I can turn into a fucking Terraskew. No, or
Mhm.
Tarask. Like, it's like, no, I just want it to be more like you get to know these creatures over time.
Mhm.
So, that's the way I kind
So
of
that I can do a convincing impersonation of them.
yeah,
Okay.
something where you get a
Mhm.
feel for their nature so that you function as them properly.
Which
So if
ones will
you
get offended if you put a blueberry in front of them?
that's exactly right. And
Okay,
so
got
far,
it.
all we know is that Mitnears don't
Blueberry.
mind. So if there's this particular creature or animal or monster even within the menagerie, or that you think might be within the menagerie that you would like to get to know for wild shaping purposes, we could say that you've been working on that a little bit for the past week, and
Okay.
You just tell me what that would be. So if you want to go searching for a bit, we can do SETI and then come back to you, and we can do a little bit to.
You've given me homework that I was not prepared for, and I don't like this, but okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, SETI.
Well, if I have some time, I suppose if anybody else is not doing something and would like to join me, I might go see Poppy.
Okay. Well,
I mean, why is I'd go, but you gotta, yeah, it's like, it depends on where everyone is at the moment you're going to go do that.
So
This would be pretty early. Like we sent our message to Cinder, found out that's not until evening, and then immediately I'm gonna go to Poppy. So
Well, if you wanted to get the group together before they broke off to do their things, we could roll that back and say you guys do this.
I just don't know how long this is
first.
gonna take. So
I'd be up for going, just because I wouldn't let Seti go to that by herself.
Okay, so we'll just say that Mitnir, anybody else want to go that would say that, because you've got time to do multiple things during the day.
Grim will go because he's
How
gonna
we're getting
need.
there?
He's helping with SETI anyway.
Getting
Teleportation
there,
circle
you would be
from
taking the
this-
teleportation circle.
cool.
We're
You
using the
actually use
recall
it
crystal.
for free.
We should just get rid of those crystals.
Oh, use my
No.
recall crystal? Okay. Those were
Yeah.
one use, right?
Those are one use. Yeah, absolutely.
I need to pick up
So-
another one while we're there.
I gotta
So we'll just say
delete my
Mitnir
Thunder
and
Grove
Seti
one.
are heading over there then. So on your way that morning, you take the teleportation circle. This is after you've been with. We'll say this is after you've been with.
I'll go too. I'll go too.
Okay, so you meet up with Orin and we'll say this is before they do the Prime catalog, because that works for you. We'll just say before the Prime catalog. So you guys take the teleportation circle and you arrive back at the Summer Soldiers, where you were greeted by a familiar fae, whose name is gone from my memory because it's been so long.
No clue. Okay, we
Anyways,
don't need another name. We know them.
As
It's
you
fine.
arrive, they're like, "Welcome back. It's so good to see you."
Hi. We came to follow up on our next job.
Well,
There is one.
slow down. We're companions of the same guild. Did you find your friend?
This is our friend Orin.
Orin. Well, welcome to the Summer Soldiers. I know that you come as part of New Death. And he extends a hand out towards you.
Wasn't I here for that part?
I don't. Yes. No, because you didn't come back with them. You disappeared
I think-
on the way back.
But he
Was
because
here
to
he
get the
joined them
mission.
and then we left and then
No,
we
so
came back.
he's met you. I think you've met this individual. He's like, but you didn't join them because you technically died during the mission.
I wasn't there to turn in the mission.
Right, you didn't
Right.
join the mission. So he's like, it's so glad that you're finally a part of our little guild here. I'm so
Yeah,
glad you were
thanks.
able to find him. That's wonderful.
Yes. What an ordeal. But he's back with us now and we put our heads back into the game.
Fantastic. I'm sure you can talk to Peony, and they'll help you if you need any instructions. Meanwhile, I'm at your service should you need to teleport anywhere within our allowed circles.
Now, is this part of the recall area too? Is that all in the
Yes,
same?
that's exactly where it is. Because basically around each section, there's the recall crystal, which is for natural transportation, and then there's the network that the arcanists of multiple types. I can't even just say like wizards or anything like that have created here these teleportation circles that go from place to place to place.
Could I grab another recall crystal?
In there.
Oh, certainly.
You never know, we might need one.
But why?
Absolutely, we could do so.
I don't have to
believe
use it.
There's a surcharge for 50 gold for each of these. Fortunately, recall crystals themselves come at a price.
I'll give him the 50 gold.
Don't use
Okay,
it.
You have a return crystal. Hey, it's a good emergency. Get the heck out of Dodge.
Yeah, unless Northwood gets you and you die.
Right, but what if we need a crystal to look and peek in to see him or something? I don't do the magic stuff, but this connected to all of it, right?
Alright, just don't use it.
Never.
To be
Puts it in
fair,
his pocket.
I'm not sure he even noticed you guys. He might have just been after me.
Well, that's stupid. And, you know, we're all a package deal, and he's, you know, I mean, I had his horn in my gut, you know, and it's it's all very personal, and next time it could be me or Mitnir or any one of us. Hopefully there's just not the next time. Better safe than sorry.
As you guys are saying this, the short walk is accomplished between the teleportation chamber and the actual reception area on either side. One side of which has peony, and the other side of which has it wasn't chamomile.
Oren, did you see our
It
rooms
was-
here? Not after.
I
Dandelion.
have not seen. No.
We'll have to do
No,
it.
Dandelion was Dandelion the T one? Oh no! I forgot.
Dandelion was the tea shop.
Yes.
The tea shop. Okay, so chamomile is the other one that works here.
Right?
So peony is the one on the east, and the western one is chamomile.
Sorry, chamomile is the tea shop. This is Dandelion. I have it in my notes. Taste of the Wilds tea shop. Chamomile is the owner.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Wait, what levels did you say for the fractures again? I know 8 was 1.
It's every 4
4,
levels.
8, 12, 16. And then level 20 is something.
Mystery.
A mystery.
You combine all the elements into Captain Planet.
Form of. Wait, no, that's not it. Anyway. So I'll say you walk into Peony side because fuck it. And you go on the Peony side and you see this familiar sort of like pixie cut little female. I'm not sure exactly what kind of face she is, but she's got green hair, like short, shaggy green hair. Oh, that's Dandelion with short, shaggy white hair. Okay. Dandelion, short, shaggy white hair. Let's go. It's like, hey. Welcome back. How can we help you? New death? I assume your other compatriots didn't get lost in the acclamation of this one, right?
Nope, they're just otherwise occupied.
Perfectly fine. Are
Yeah,
you here to get your like an order, a mission? Are you
yeah.
here
You
to-
know, I wanted to see if there's something that we could do. Pay our dues
Do you have a
here.
message here from Guildmaster Poppy? They said whenever you guys are ready, whenever you come back, as long as you're good, tragedy hasn't befallen you, not all dead, whatever. That there was a particular thing that they would like you to try, and it's something that all of us have to do, and it's a pain in the butt. But there is a continuous ruin, a eternal ruin
Uh-huh.
that we all attempt. Any given soul can only attempt it once. We've found out over the years. So whenever your group is ready,
Okay. Yeah, so this is like kind of like an initiation, right?
well, something like that. The maximum number of individuals that can enter into this particular ruin is 6. Any more than that, and the ruin will separate them into their own groups. It can be entered by multiples at one time, which leads to a whole different question of metaphysics, and if it creates a dimension for each iteration, we don't know.
Sure.
But what we do know is that it is a trial.
Okay.
Very simple trial where you conquer the elements.
All right. So it's sort of a test of
Different.
skill. Is there something in particular that we need to get from the ruin, or?
Well, it's
Are-
been said that upon death you leave with nothing, but you don't die. You can't rest. You can't leave. But you get as far as you can, and if you finish the whole thing, you walk away with the prize and the dungeon's completed. But if you
Right.
quit early, you gain the prizes that you've reached thus far. That's the
Is-
rumor.
How has anyone finished it?
Nobody's finished it yet. No. People become exhausted.
Right.
They don't pace themselves, or the
Yeah.
monsters themselves that they are given to fight are too difficult.
Wow.
But there have been individuals who have brought back 3 fractures. There have been... nobody's brought back the 4th, but that is the thought experiment. There have been people who have gone for 4, and they returned without any information about what the 4th one entailed. Their memories of
Nice.
the encounter gone.
All right.
But we do know that you fight something in each one. It's a direct challenge. No labyrinths, no puzzles. It is a feat of strength.
So it's just like one battle, one like arena fight.
No, it is a fight between arenas, as it were. There is an area that we believe transports you to perhaps multiple dimensions, in which you fight other creatures, and then come back. And then, if you choose to leave, then you may take your fracture and go, or you can use the fracture to open the next gate. And that is as much information as I have on it, which I believe is more than satisfactory amount of.
Yeah, that's
information.
certainly plenty to work with. All right. Is
What
there?
you're saying though is you can get 4 fractures out of this?
That is the belief, that it is possible to receive 4 fractures, possibly 5 if done properly.
But they just don't really know because they've done it before.
If we could
Correct.
split it into 2 groups, we could get twice as many.
We'd have to come up with like 12 people, and might mess up something. I think or Cinder.
Well, take your time, prepare as long as you need, but this is the next task she has set for you, because you're new and she knows you need some time to settle. And she also has been informed of your acceptance into the High Realm Academy.
Yes, I thought we could broaden our skills a bit, and
Particularly the scores that you all have made from New Death are making noise and have made us very popular. Sorry, but we like to ride on the coattails of the fame of others around us.
well, sure. What's the point of being famous if not to let other people ride your coattails?
You have some of the highest scores that have ever been accomplished for some of those
Oh, that's
tests.
fun. Well, go figure.
Yes, especially artistically. I heard about your performances.
I would love to hold a concert here one day.
And truly, truly enjoy that one of your friends poisoned themselves, and then the next one did too.
Yeah,
That's so funny. You guys are so funny.
yeah.
Druids.
Yeah, always getting into some
Sorry, I
shit.
missed that. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways, your room has not been kept, so you're more than welcome to stay there, but we haven't cleaned a damn thing in the week.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, how dirty could it have gotten? We only were there one night. I would like to show Orin our digs, and we'll get to the rest of the group and tell them about this mission and see what we can do.
First, we'll definitely get him hooked up with, God, I don't remember his name. The guy outside, he's gonna get you the multi-pass if you want it. The shiny one, the new seal. The
Oh,
Summer
right.
Soldier seal.
Right. Yes.
Forgot we had those.
Yes.
Already have one.
Okay, you're good then.
I
That was
was here
before
for
you
that.
left.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Never mind. Then you're all set. So yeah, you head to the room and you see that it's got like a sort of bunk bed situation going up the side walls, and then there's got like this sort of glass in front of you, leading up to like the 2 stories with these 2 split levels for sleeping on the other side, and then there's like a desk on each of the floors, bottom and top, and then there's like some dressers, and it's pretty nice. It's definitely got a very carved from the wood feel. It looks very natural in there. Lots of wood tones.
It looks pretty cozy.
It also looks very dirty. As if this place is not sealed very well, and somebody not cleaning something in Fantasy World for a week is basically it's full of spiders. Oh, sorry. My apologies.
Well, that's okay. They'll keep other.
You already said the worst word today, so.
In
The M one. That's one of the worst.
Oh. The moist?
Yeah, I really hate moist. It's so, yeah. Mhm.
And I said it twice. Sorry about that. Anyways, so is there anything else you guys would like to do with this?
I guess I do a little bit of cleaning, just like vegetation.
Yeah. Imagine if we all had magic, nobody would clean anymore. It would just be
Jumps
prestidigitation
on
all
a
day.
bed before she does the first one. Just
There's just bats. Just. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so this these rooms are pretty nice. They're not like luxurious, but they're not bad. They're ours. They're free to use. So like, if people get lonely at night, we could have sleepovers here. It's just a little teleportation circle away. No big deal. Just an idea. Just out there. If anybody's lonely.
are you lonely, Seti?
No, not me.
Are you saying that this is the boom boom room?
I'm sorry, who is speaking?
Just a little mouse just like disappears.
It's the boom boom room, guys. Boom boom boom.
I mean, sure. Or if we don't want to be found, we're accumulating a lot of places where we have beds.
Lots of places where you have beds.
Well, free beds. A bit less so, but yes. Yes. I think that pretty much covers my business there. I don't think I want to my luck too much.
I mean, I'm interested in this next entry exam. I don't know what it really is.
I'm thinking
but
of it as like a hazing or an initiation, It's something everybody tries and you have to do well to impress them, but like they don't expect a lot because nobody's ever done the whole thing before. Although apparently our reputations are getting quite big. Maybe they do expect a lot from us.
Plus, we can get some fractures out of there.
Yeah, that would be good. I don't know if they'll let us keep the fracture. Claim that then.
If that's the case, then if we do complete the whole thing, should we say we didn't complete the whole thing?
We should
Just
not
throwing
lie.
it out there.
We should not lie unless we have.
You just like deadpan stares at you like.
That's what I'm saying is when we don't have to lie, we should not lie because we need them to trust us. And if they find us in a little tiny lie like that, lying is bad.
Again, deadpan stares just like, uh-huh.
Alrighty.
That said, real quick, speaking of having a concert here at some point, if there are like little cafes around the campus or student, bars and stuff, Betty has she has definitely just taken her dulcimer, her flute. I think I have
Yeah.
I think I have a violin now too.
So most of that stuff is there's a little bit of a market surrounding Selindor on the sort of platform shelf of the main bridge that enters Selindor. Because it goes in and out of town in both, and there's this big sort of circle walkway that surrounds the whole courtyard and the towers within. So there's like a full market, like town, sort of surrounding the school. So that's where you do most of your bar crawls but then there's also parties at different schools. One in particular.
That he's that guy at the
schools.
party that always has a guitar.
Plays Wonderwall.
Uh, she's refining her different theme songs for people and the different songs she's written about their adventures so far. Some of them might be kind of a work in progress, but she's definitely playing everywhere and every chance she gets. And in the future.
Alrighty. So, Bropsy, how's it coming? Did you find an animal you would want to spend your days with?
I don't think she's there. She said BRB.
Oh, okay. In that case, we're gonna hop back over to our good friends Orin and Mitnir, who are currently going to be making me a general athletics check to get to this class, quote unquote.
Tracking down a class.
Yep.
Starting off with a 10.
Oh,
Hey, I
boy.
also got a 10.
Great. So you guys begin crawling through the area, and as you do such, you find that navigating on these moving gears is a lot harder than you expected it to be. There's maybe it's something about what you guys had to do in the gauntlet that makes it so disorienting to you, especially for Orin, who actually would have made it almost 100% of the way through, but like just not quite made it on the big turning wheel of death. Maybe you overcompensated a little bit and you're just dizzying yourself and falling in the cracks and just having a rough time. So I'm going to actually give you guys, just from like random scuffs and scrapes and all that,
Bonking
maybe
head.
5 points of bludgeoning damage to each of you guys. But you do make your way down to where you think it's supposed to be. Give me a survival check. See if you can actually locate it.
20.
That's a dirty 20.
All right.
both
well,
got 20.
Both of you, with your 20, managed to help each other out and find the right path. And once you get there, you see there are a couple of individuals like helping what looks like almost like a boxer. Dude's like in shorts, like he's got the things on wrapped around his hands, but then you see he's holding his leg, which looks like it's been snapped completely sideways. And he's just going, and they're like, "Hey, hold it in," and they just snap it back into place, and he just like bites onto his arm. It's like, fucking, they make it so hard to get here every fucking time. And you see that there is an individual with a sort of like dapper bowler's cap like hat on and like a full suit, and he's like, "Right then, all of you get ready."
I think we might be in the right place.
Yeah, we're almost there at least. I don't really know.
You're looking at these individuals, you see that there is a door ahead of them where they're all kind of heading, but they were this group on this sort of like 20 foot by 20 foot platform below, and you see like gears like shifting everywhere, rooms moving above you. This place is off the beaten path. He says, "Hey, you boys, you participating or what?"
Us?
Yes?
"Oh yeah, you're down here, I expect you are.
Yep.
Head inside."
All right.
Great, then. So it begins like moving you guys, and as you step inside, like you are suddenly filled not only with bright light but noise as you hear in all directions around you, "Ladies and gentlemen!" And as you look around, you see there's a full-on fucking fighting pit with like magically amplified voices from an announcer. It's a fucking fighting ring, like UFC style fighting ring in the basements of the Selindor Academy.
Yep.
What would you guys
Underground
like to
Fight
do?
Club.
So he says, "Right then, so you all knew me, do you?"
I'm first.
Yep. Oh, he's first apparently.
Fair enough, fair enough. You seem like you're not bad, bit strapping, got them big muscles right there. Means like feeling out. It's like testing muscle strength.
It's kind of like
Yeah, I could use a fella like you. Name's Knock Cavendish.
right. So what's the deal? Fists, weapons.
Well, the deal is you need representation, and I happen to catch you by my eye first.
That narc?
Narc.
Yeah, narc.
So what's the catch?
Well, the catch is I'll get 10% of your earnings, but I'll spot you to get in there. See what I'm saying? Fair enough, though. You got that look on your face. I'll tell you what. You can win your full earnings this time, but you say you represent me, and next time if you win, you come back and you fight for me for the right rates.
I'll think about.
Hey, well, this opportunity won't last for long. I'm gonna go for Glow Boy here. How what you thinking about this?
Sorry, you want to represent? You want me to represent you in the fight?
If you're gonna be fucking fighters, I, not Cavendish, are offering you a chance to work on my team.
Oh, so you're trying to recruit us?
Yeah.
How about you work for our team?
All right, you're dumb as a box of rocks. Good luck to you. And he hands off.
Yeah, I think we'll handle it ourselves.
All right, so you guys, what would you like to do? This is like the fucking octagon. You guys are just standing in the crowd. You're in this area that's sort of apparently like some entrance that sort of takes you like ground floor.
We gotta
into the
sign up
fighting
somewhere.
ring.
Or...
Well, that's the thing. Make me an investigation check to figure that the fuck out.
Is there like a gate into the main arena area?
Well, into the arena itself, yes.
Yeah,
There-
Mitnir just walks through the gate.
7 investigation.
So with the investigation, you don't find shit, and you also don't notice until it's too late. You're just walking through the open gate and heading into the arena.
Nice.
So you're seeing, and you see what looks like a dwarf and a human being, just fucking fighting, like just fist fights. And they're both short, stocky. Like honestly, the human's not any that much taller really than the dwarf is, but you could just see like really tone muscle versus like just mass on this dwarf. Just pow pow as fists collide, and you hear like meat and sweat, and it's a fucking brawl.
I'm just.
Anyway.
Do they notice me walking in?
I mean, they're fighting. As you approach, you see like some guy at the sides, like really into the ring, and he's like, "Hold up." He looks over. He's like, "What are you doing here?"
I want to.
Well, you want to fight? It's like I can't hear you. There's all the yelling and screaming everywhere.
Just goes like this and it's like,
And he's just like, it's like, Jerry. You can barely hear him. He's like, "What the fuck's with the dragonborn? Let's wait for this." It's like, "Oh, and he's got him in a headlock. Look, he's taking him down to the mat." Sorry, this is the wrong guy. My voices are all mixing together.
I'm just gonna walk out into the middle of the fight.
You're just gonna walk in the middle of the fight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because that guy, not enough people noticed you that they could stop you. It's literally just the announcer's like, it's like, it appears, or he's, all right, we'll just do it like this. And Thrall is slamming a fist, straight into Kerjak's jaw. Look as he drops to the mat. Oh, but it looks like he might get up. Oh, is he gonna get up? 1, 2. What the fuck is that? As Mitnir, you step out in the middle of the arena, and everyone's like really confused for a second, and the dwarf who just knocked this human to the ground looks at you, he's like, "The fuck is this about?"
I'm just gonna put my fists up.
What? And he goes to fucking punch you, I guess. Roll initiative.
Oh god. 5.
You roll 5. Yeah, he's gonna hit you first.
Classic Mitnir.
Oh, his first attack is a 12.
No.
Second attack is a 17.
That equals mine, so I think that
He
hits, right?
just hits you with the second attack. That is 8 points of damage. Bludgeoning. And then with his third attack, that is 14 to hit.
Nope.
So he's rolling really low. Anyways, so yeah, you're just fucking. What are you doing here, buddy?
I'm getting into a fight. I'm tired. I was in a classroom for a week falling asleep. I'm getting into a fight. We don't have to go through the full fight, but that's what Mitnir wants to do.
You know what? Yeah, so we'll just do this. Give me a strength check. He's a higher level than you, so we're gonna do it this way. Do a strength check with disadvantage, and then he'll do a strength check flat roll.
Well, my disadvantage is an 8.
Disadvantage is an 8. Well, I rolled a natural 20. So you walk into this arena, and everybody gets really confused. And he's getting his fist ready. He's getting ready. He comes in. The first fist just like completely, you just like duck out of the way. The second fist, he goes in for the side and hits you. You're just not used to such a low opponent. He gets you right in the gut. And then the third fist he throws, and you just catch his fist. And then he's like, "Fuck, this guy's nothing to mess around with." So he just takes his fist, starts wailing. You start wailing. So you exchange a few punches. Next thing you know, you're in a headlock. And you're looking at the wolf. He's like, "Oi, that's mine, that." And you watch as your vision goes to darkness as you get choked out by the human he was supposed to be fighting.
Just how'd I end up here?
Takes him to the mat. Oh wow, that was why we planned these things, guys. He was way out of his weight class. I'll tell you what. Oh boy. Well, let's clean that up, guys, and we'll see you in the second half. So we'll say you get pulled off to the side after they pull you, and some of them just like laughing and say, "Oh, I love this guy." And there's a guy who's like, "It's the blow man, the blow guy's back."
Of course, that guy's here.
Next thing you know, you see Narc coming around the corner. He's like, "I know what's all this then. You got on there. You so fucking. That's not how. This is why you need representation."
Did I get him?
Oh man, you got spunk, kid, but you're dumb as a box of rocks. Right. So I'll say you guys, we can return to this another time. Maybe at the beginning of next week we'll return to this nonsense. Meanwhile, what is everybody else doing at this time? I'm gonna say you guys spend like between the time it took you to get there.
This is
and
like
the
a
time
class.
Yeah, this isn't a
Right.
class, guys. You found it was written on the class board that this is an underground fighting ring.
Yeah, that's why I said it's a class.
Yeah, so you guys, let's say you spend some time there, and we'll decide in a bit what goes on with you guys tonight. I'm gonna put you here pretty much the rest of the day. So we're gonna skip over to Seti and Grim.
I'll just say, so Oren may or may not actually fight, but he might try and figure out how everything goes on here
Gotcha.
for next time.
He's being the brain.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much just like it's a organized fighting, like the legal fighting ring.
He might look into sponsors other than
yeah.
Narc, you know? Like...
Yeah, other than Narc. Narc's trying to grab you, but you know. Yeah, so there would be more. We'll get into that next week. We'll just do that. We'll leave that for next week. I didn't expect you guys to actually go looking for these legit classes and stuff. This was stuff I was gonna push for later, so but that's fine. It's fine. I love it. Love it. So Seti and Grim, you find yourselves at the base of the tower where you dropped off Cinder not but a week ago. And as you approach the base, you watch as it opens, and Cinder is the one to greet you.
And this tower is made of that same kind of spore, right?
This tower itself, looking on the outside, just looks like it's made out of like cobblestone.
Oh, okay.
But as soon as you step inside, it is dark. To your eyes, there is nothing to perceive except for the dim purple light coming from above.
This is not unsettling at all. This is fine.
But as Cinder reaches the door, Cinder, I mean, you know you're supposed to take them straight to Erasma, who's near the top floor.
Wow, welcome. You
Hi.
too.
Good to see
You
you
guys see
again.
that he's
Oh, they-
wearing
Nice
like
to see you
this,
as well.
you see he's wearing like this like really slick, tight fitted black outfit with like weird, almost like leather like scales up the front that look like maybe some sort of reptilian scale, maybe even like a dragon skin along the inside of the robe. He's got these sort of like purple emblem of a brain like just like on his chest. He just looks like a completely different person here. Blue flames.
He'll probably spark up a flame to give these two some additional light.
Sure.
If you'll just come with me, I will take you to Yudrisma.
So as you guys walk up the narrow corridor, you don't see a single door. You don't see a single thing that differentiates, but you walk up for like 5 or 6 stories until you arrive at what looks like a sort of twisted bit of flesh that sort of opens. Like it has like this sort of like ethereal, almost like musical sound to it, but at the same time sort of squelching flesh noise as it opens up in front of you.
He's also the baby's crying, so I'm gonna mute for just a moment.
Your vision is very limited in here. Believe me when I say it's a lot weirder than you can see.
Oh.
So looking into the room, you guys see nothing but darkness ahead of you into the room. Meanwhile, you see Idrasma's chambers, and you also see the Elder Brain in the center of the room, and the other Illithid moving about, but all they see is a dark room.
I guess I'll lead them into the room, find them a seat or something, and
Oh, okay, yeah. So
I'll
as
let
you begin,
Idrisma know they're here.
Yeah. You just send a mental note out to Adrisma, and the next thing you know, out of the two of you, inside your head, you hear. You have returned. Will you set out the tea? Cinder.
Yep, right away.
Yep.
What I love about Adrisma, it takes him like 5 minutes to say one sentence.
Like talking to an ant.
So they're like 12 times.
You are returning to get your fractures stabilized.
Yep,
Beast.
that would be
You
it.
want Grimm's shiny rocks?
For the both of you, 1,000 gold would suffice. Cover the expenditures for material.
I'll fork it all over, lighten my load a little bit.
So, come with me. And so he's going to take them to let me go to the actual information about this place. Because that's right, this place is not just a whole bunch of nonsense. It actually has structure.
Meanwhile, there's Cinder has mage handed a teapot that he's got a flame underneath, just boiling it.
With his hand, that's hilarious. Yes. Okay. Cool. So he brings you over to what is normally used for interface directly with the Elder Brain. These rooms are not directly connected. They're not within this main central chamber, which is like the main hub that only members are really allowed in, but you can't perceive it anyways. So they take you and you're moving through the darkness and shuffled off to a side room, where when you do get the light of the room, you find yourself resting in these very comfortable, sort of ergonomic pieces of nature that seem to just sort of move around your body. And these you recognize are that same spore-like material.
Okay.
That seems to be just sort of twisted, and it seems to be carved into like this strange or ergonomic shape, but it has like a wood-like texture.
I'm gonna give it like a nice little pat, even though it's like kind of.
Yeah, this is processed.
I know it's. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. So as you guys sit down, you see Drasma sort of hovers into the room and says, "Thank you, Cinder, for bringing the tea."
He's just mage handing it over.
Now then, let's begin the ritual. And you see he begins moving around the room, sets up the same candles, and the same diagram, slightly varied in the way that he sets up the circle, the magic circle that he imbues onto the ground with chalk, than the one that was used by Wolfsbane. But it's similar enough that you recognize the ritual uses about the same components. As you guys find yourselves sitting here, who would like to go first?
Ladies first. Green can wait.
All right. Oh.
Okay, so as you sit down in front of him, he says, "Close your eyes, try and feel me enter your mind. Blocked out everything else, and you listen as all the echoing, the noise, the extra is gone. Welcome to a new planescape. Feel, hear the source of your power, the fractured semblance. Feel the coursing power. You suddenly feel something like a breeze. You're there, aren't you? In the cradle. Open your eyes. And as you do, you find yourself looking at the gloaming grove. Looking around, you see these sort of almost Stonehenge-like pillars, and hovering in the very center is this sort of dark crystal, almost like obsidian, with a sort of purple glow emitting from inside. And the more you look at it, the more it changes your perception of what it looked like before. It's almost like there's small galaxies dancing inside of this gemstone. Or maybe that's a reflection of the firefly-like lights that dance around it. You don't know. But you feel cold as you approach and look at it. What did you seek here? Indeed. A simple pursuit. Did you get what you came for? Is that still what you need? I feel it moving through you, and you watch as the crystal sort of becomes amorphous for a second and shifts and shimmers and moves. There are so many things it can be. And you watch as it, even within your own mind, you look at it and your eye flickers and you see the like, sort of reflected in the shard sword, your sword. And then within it you see shifts again, and you see what looks like a small, almost like a crystal necklace begins shifting and moving around. And it twists again, and you see some sort of creature craning its neck, almost snake-like. And then within it again, you see pages turning. So many forms that you must find what fits you. Or it can be many things. And you watch as it begins to twist and turn, and you see the Feywilds themselves open to you for a second. Light and darkness. You see the twilight, infinite, and the glowing fairy light all around. You hear a giggle of Fey children running around. You hear the sounds of birds and insects, all life breathing as one. And then it shuts back down and twists back in. But that is leaving the grove to become less committed. There are many things you can choose here, young one. What you choose is up to you. As he leaves, he becomes more like himself, echoing into the distance. You find yourself here in the grove, and you know that you can choose what you wish to do. Do you wish to keep it as the blade that you have? Do you wish to have it become one of the other things? Or do you wish to open it up to the chaos of the Feywild and see what new abilities may await you? You say that and awkwardly stand there in the...
Well, like I'm assuming like a sword I can reach for as there.
You're reaching for it with the intent of...
Yeah.
Yes, as you reach for the shard, you see as it begins to twist down towards your hand and takes the form of the dust shard in your hand. And it solidifies and becomes one with you. You feel as it pulses through, and it just fades. And you watch as the blade disappears, and it's almost like it fills your veins. You watch just like the purple sort of light trickle up through your veins in your arm, and feel it just disappear.
A little jab with it.
With the sword?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, the sword disappeared.
Yeah, can I like try to like...
Yeah, see, try to just sort of jab forward. Yeah, and as you do, it appears in your hand and stabs forward. And as you say that last thought, the room, or not the room, the grove around you just turns to black. And as you open your eyes, you look once again on the familiar faces around you. Your fracture has been stabilized. 500 gold to keep what you already had.
Yes, but now bam, fit in and out.
Yes, you can.
See, I don't have any weapons. I'm unarmed.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm particularly scared, actually, to enter your mind. I let you see that it was a twisted mass. And I saw her. Do you need to solidify this, or would you want to pursue something else? Perhaps even free her.
And the goal was always to free the lady. But also, she's still in the book, too, so it's very complicated.
Indeed. The fracture itself is within you. And will be simple to stabilize it. You do not wish for it to change. And much these influences of the far realm. Therefore, to change it is a risky endeavor.
I'm not worried about, like, the influences of Far Realm or whatever. It's fine. I mean, and honestly, if she's safer in Grim than in the book, that's fine, too. Just whatever, helps the... It seemed like she was in a lot of pain. That does not seem like a good... So, whatever will help the weird green lady.
Well, it shall stabilize it.
So he sits you down and relights the runes once more. And as the room goes to darkness,
The energy around you. Focus on the green woman. And you see.
you open your eyes and you look ahead and you see the familiar writhing, wet tangle of vines moving around this sort of green light. You feel that there's water beneath your feet, but strange water here. You feel like you're somewhere else. The water doesn't bow, it doesn't sink. You walk on top of it and the ripples cascade out. You feel something prickling at the back of your neck. Light seems to be sourced from behind you as well. In the distance, you can feel it. And ahead of you is the green light. Entangled. What do you do?
I'm gonna walk towards the green light that's tangled.
Okay. As you shot out this light behind you, this feeling that something's watching you. You just force yourself to move forward.
Yes, if she's tangled, I thought it's creepy. Whatever, I'll go help her. If that's the lady.
As you begin to try to untangle the vines, I assume less
Yeah,
forcefully.
that would be the goal. Yeah.
Okay. Make me a nature check for this.
16.
Yeah, with the 16, I'm going to say that you're able to guide these tentacle-like vines. You're not sure which they are anymore. Moving over this, it's almost like tar-like material, and then as it opens up, you see resting there is a body. No legs, no arms, no head. But the body of a woman, sort of crystal-like green light burning inside of her. And you can sort of hear her crying, even though there's no head there.
Try to communicate with her. Just be like, should Grim go look for your body parts? Like, if Grim can find more of you, will that help you?
Just no response.
I guess I could, like, is she like on the ground? Like,
She's nestled within the vines.
within the
This
vines.
tar-like, and it seems to be that all of this is emanating from this thing. She is the source of all of it.
What happens if I try to, like, pull her away from the vine?
You gonna attempt to actually try to pull her away from the vines?
So she doesn't get hurt? Yeah, I try. Like, like very
As you start
gently.
to move her, you see that they are a part of her.
They're part of her.
The back of her body, it swoops out from them.
Hmm.
All of these vines, and they seem to, you didn't notice it as much before, but they seem to be significantly less violent than you remember. Whenever they invaded you the first time, they leapt through the glass, they pierced your body, and they sunk into you. But now, here, they're not reacting. They're simply moving around. And as you begin moving them bit by bit away to get to her, and then you begin to lift her to see if you can pull her out, you find them accepting your touch with a little bit of hesitation, but like as if each one has its own mind.
Let's see. I'm gonna try and like use some like healing magic, like cure wounds or something. Let's just see what happens if I can just like try and, I don't know if I can even cast in this place, but
Yeah, so as you attempt to summon some healing, and how do you do your healing exactly? Do you just like let some spores spread from you to them and just like grow on the wound, seal it
I
up,
mean,
and fall off, or
right, like, I mean, the way I envision it is sort of just like, he's got all this life growing on him, kind of like a transfer of life energy by touch.
right? So like that bit of life dies and then restores something on somebody else, just uses the
Right.
energy, withers it up. Yeah. Okay. So as you do this, you reach out and some of the mushrooms that have, most of these newly grown mushrooms since the great acid incidents that burnt it all away, but most of your familiar spores are growing back. And you watch as a couple of them wither as you cast this spell, and there doesn't seem to be any reaction whatsoever.
Well, what to do? And Trisma's not like narrating like he did the last time. Let's see. What can I do? I mean, because she's
You
crying
seem
though.
confused.
Yes, Grim is very confused because the lady is still crying, and Grim wants her to not cry.
I cannot claim to know anything about this place.
Hmm.
What I can know, but I can tell you, there's nothing you can do for her here. Accept her, or don't.
Grim will accept her because I feel like if I don't, then she'll, because she's still part of that book, and I would rather her be part of me than stuck in the book, because that does not seem very pleasant.
As you stand there, and he says,
Then accept her.
and he fades out.
I don't know how to accept her, but I guess I'll give her a big hug.
Okay. As you walk into this space and completely step in to close proximity, you watch as you're reaching out towards her, this tiny, almost seed-sized body grows. You feel yourself reaching out to this full-sized, crystallized woman.
He like avert his eyes because I'm assuming she's not wearing anything.
She doesn't have like a full
And
anatomy.
she's crystal, right? Yeah.
She's like crystal. But as you do, you reach out and you hug her. And then there's this feeling of awkwardness. This like all the vines and the tendrils around you like sharpen and sort of relax. And then they begin to curl slowly around you. And then you guys, Cinder and Seti, watch as he's sitting there meditating. You watch his arms begin to fold and twist and melt away from each other, and you just see like these sort of tendrils flowing out from around his body. His arms are no longer solid. It's just these tendrils moving in all directions, over like wrapping and twisting around each other, filling the space, feeling it out, and sort of cocooning around him. If there's anything you'd like to do.
Probably back up a little bit.
Fire! No.
You're muted, babe.
I don't really know what that he could do, except like I think the impulse is to just like oh shit and like back away.
Probably have to let this play out.
Ready an Eldritch Blast if I feel like I'm getting attacked? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just on guard.
Cool.
Maybe play a gentle tune.
Sing a lullaby.
Don't kill me, weird vines.
Cool. So as you are
Grim gets inspiration.
as you are solidifying with this thing, you feel like cold creeping around you, but then warmth, then heat, then just nothing. Darkness. You feel weightless, absent, but not in a bad way. It felt similar to when you were buried under the ground in that vision when you first fell from the cliff top into the lurkwood.
Maybe a little less scary.
Well, yeah, so there was no feeling of, there was a feeling of being trapped before, but now it just feels at peace.
Yeah.
And then you begin to feel the room around you begin to gain the presence of the others. And as you open your eyes, you look ahead, and you guys watch as all of the tendrils begin to fall away. And you see Grim look at you with his normal eyes. And as these tendrils begin to form and move and twist, you see around his shoulder and his neck, black tendrils begin to twist and twist some more until a tiny little mushroom head appears off the side of his neck with a sort of emerald green crystal mushroom cap.
What? Did something happen?
Well, it got a little spooky there for a sec. You feel okay?
Oh yeah, no, Grim's fine.
There was a lot going on.
Grim is like in the zone, in the sweet spot. Everything's kind of all right. But no, I found the lady and I gave her a hug, and then I guess I got a little baby mushroom now.
Oh yeah. Yep. I'll do.
Is
There
that
you
right
go.
up?
I mean, it's not that weird for mushrooms to be growing off of.
No, not that part. Everything except the mushroom growing on you, I would say. Feel okay.
Oh, Grim. Yeah, Grim feels great. I feel good.
Then, thank you.
Oh, it Drizma. Grim has more of these. Not like this one, but more. What they're like mushrooms, but they're fractures. You can help Grim with them if when I get more. Yes.
Yes, yes. Can guide you as you awaken them. I can.
Okay. They're very strange. They're very, very interesting mushrooms. But yeah, somebody has given them to Grim. There's three fractures. I guess I
A
have four now.
quandary indeed.
But they are weird, very, very strange mushrooms. Grim has not seen anything like them.
I suppose should you choose to walk that path, then you need not search for fractures anymore.
I mean, that saves me some work, which is great. And they're all mushrooms, right? Is there any better fracture for a Grim? Don't think so.
Depends if they are fractures, and you might be stepping into a realm you do not wish.
It's possible. Though the other question that concerns me is maybe if there are other parts of the Green Lady that if I could put her together with these fractures, maybe if there's more of her out there, that would be the only thing that would make Grim change his mind on these mushrooms. If maybe he could help put the lady back together, but
Probably need
I
to
don't know.
learn more about all of that before you make any.
Oh yeah, I don't even know what she is. She's some kind of goddess, mother, plant thing. I don't understand.
Yes.
Near as I can figure, like seems like she has something to do with Selindor, but I don't know exactly what that is.
Well, I can start researching anything about the Green Lady and let you
She's a
know
green
if I come
lady.
up with anything.
She's not from here though. She's from somewhere else.
That would be helpful,
Well,
Cinder. Thank
I have
you. Did that
access
tell us?
to a lot more than I used to now that I'm here.
Ah, good. Right, the rest of us are kind of floundering a bit in our studies. Mitner keeps falling asleep. I think he gave up. There was something about blueberries. I don't know.
Why
Interesting.
does Midler need to study? He just hits things.
Well, you know.
They should take classes on how to hit things harder.
Well, that's what I said, but he really wanted to try planar studies with me. And you know, I think he sees the light now, though, that hitting things are fun.
There you go.
Well, if we're all finished here, I can escort you back out of the tower.
Yes, thank you both. Thank you.
Okay.
And Cinder will escort them out.
Hey, as you guys find yourselves on the lawn, we will check once again and see if Propsy has figured out her.
Perhaps he's figured it out.
Okay.
Perhaps he would like to see if they have a giant ape.
Giant ape.
Yes.
Okay, so as you search around the grounds, somehow drawn to this concept, you sort of tried transforming into one of these. We'll say, tried, even though we had you succeed. So you tried transforming into one of these, but you didn't quite get it right. You couldn't move naturally, and so you wanted to see what they really look like. So finding around and asking around, you did find out there is a giant ape and goes by the name of Monty. He is basically a silverback, but big. And so when you check out his enclosure, you see that he is a very, very large ape. Basically almost like a full-on gorilla. And though I know they're different things.
Baby King Kong.
Yeah, basically like a baby King Kong, and he's just sort of like hanging out in one of the corners, like laying down next to like a little cliff side, just sort of snuggled up. Let's go. Having a dream.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, go ahead and make me an animal handling check for the day. See
Okay.
if there's anything you would like to do in particular to try to get to know Monty better, but
That
this
is a
now...
nat 20 for a 27.
Oh yeah, so you just walk in there or like
Uh-huh.
flutter over the little gate enclosure that he's
Mm-hmm.
in, and then he looks and goes. And just like looks at this little bird sitting there
Uh-huh.
and just goes. Poking at the bird.
Mm-hmm.
So he just pokes you with his finger.
Mm-hmm.
It's like his finger's the size of your whole body.
I'm gonna crawl onto his hand. Like perch. And make a little tweet.
Sort of like pulls you off to the side and you just like... He likes the pretty bird.
Cool.
Primate was a good choice. And a natural 20 is pretty great. You don't even have to say a word. You just connect with him.
Mm-hmm.
He takes you in, and you become fast friends with Monty. And yes, you can transform into a giant ape with polymorph.
Cool. Does he like blueberries?
Oh yeah, when you
Okay.
give them to them in very large quantities.
Okay.
Because one blueberry to a creature this size is like handing him a single grit.
Yeah. I want you to know that my notes now are going to be Monty Silverback likes blueberries.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay, well, guys, with that, I know it didn't feel like we did a whole lot, but we did things we needed to do, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What was with the shrug? Like,
I'm agreeing, yeah.
I think that was very important because now I can be a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta add that to your wild shape list.
Yeah.
Yep. Technically not wild shape, but yes.
Yeah, it's a
That one's a
polymorph.
polymorph because it's crit rating 7 or challenge rating.
Correct.
Eventually, it'll be a wild shape.
No, because
don't think
it's
you can get
my
that.
level divided by 3, so I'd have to be level 21.
Oh, I thought it was divided by 2 when you were higher level.
If that is, I am unaware of it.
That's fine. Might be a different subclass for that one.
We'll find out.
Maybe. Who knows? Anyways, guys, that'll be all for this week. Next week when we pick up, I guess we're doing some fucking arena fights. Which
We
I'd
don't
like
have
get
to. I just
everybody-
wanted to get in
I'd
there.
like to get everybody in on that if you can get them in. That'd be great. But you
Sure.
definitely that'd be fun.
I want to beat somebody up as a
So
gorilla.
either next week, one of two things I think will probably happen. Either A, you guys will go challenge the new ruin that you've been
Bill?
given orders to take on whenever you're ready. No pressure. Or do this pursue some arena wins.
We'll find out next week.
I guess we will.
If we play.
We
You
will
might
play.
have to give me some background info on the arena scene that Oren was able to figure out while they were there.
Oh, it's what you would expect. It's what you found out. But I'll give you some names when I've got them.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take the stream down. Hanging out. Love you guys. We'll see you next time. Great weekend.
We got